And we are back. It's Friday Night Live. I see all of our friends are already having a whole cool conversation, fun conversation on the side here. we have we have a very special guest. We set this up like 2 months ago, and I've been looking forward to this. This is our friend Damián. He's in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, and he runs the Ronin Gang Studio, which, if y'all watched my promo, that was all of his work, because there's no way I was going to create a promo myself when I have the master to create the art. And so his your videos are absolutely stunning and enlightened and so conscious and so beautiful and so full of symbolism. So I really, Shannon and I really wanted to meet you and hear your story. So
Really?
yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything and for the time, for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like sharing your story, like how you got to the point where you were ready to create videos
Yes,
to express
yes,
yourself?
yes.
Okay.
Last I was talking a little time ago with you. It
Yeah.
started when I was super young child, like 5, 6 years, when my father and my family works with musicians. So the the artist world, the world of art, is it's in my life from almost the beginning of it. So the music brings everything because the music got visuals, got videos, got
Yeah.
paintings, and from there I start to meet people with such a great minds and soul that they are poets, painters, um, filmmakers, musicians, everything. And so from that moment, I know that I wanna be one of them. Time ago, speaking with my father too about Alex Gray and the other gang of visionary artists, I was saying this is what I see, how I can bring my visions like them to life, and
Yeah.
starting to think I gonna be in cost, I gonna be there, I gonna talk, I need to meet these people, need to, it's like I don't know if you saw the Blind Melon video where the little girl is a bee and find his
Yeah.
community, his place to be and be herself. So I feel like that when I saw all these people, but I got a problem. My paint skills are not the best. So when the AI comes out about
Mhm.
5 years ago, the first mid journey that make image paintings and everything, I started to play to see what comes out from an artificial intelligence and visionary art. So that's the main thing that bring me here. It's like between a research and AI lab and artificial intelligence lab, where I bring my visions and my experiences to life through this tool. And now I'm in the part that bring that images to life, making videos.
That's awesome. So once you figured it out, like, did you already know what your style was going to be, or did it kind of, did you
It,
create
it
it as you went along with AI?
it's super crazy because you start to send something and the machine give it back. So
Yeah.
it's a constant feedback, and maybe you have to be half an hour, figure it out, the prompt, everything, the words. So I got one style, and with that style, I start to download what I want to download or what I remember, my experience,
Yeah.
and so on. And from the beginning until now, you can see a lot of styles, but the majority of them you see and say this is a running gun because I started to prompt and use engineering on it, and it's super crazy. Long prompts with so many details that bring me tears.
Because your style is very unique. It's not like I can tell I followed you and then, a few other AI generate AI art. And yours, you have such a specific like connection to nature, and you can tell a complete story in like 30 seconds to a minute, and I've always really admired your work. So,
Super
thank you.
crazy
Yeah.
because I want you to say, look, uh, in experience I have smoking DMT. The 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 trip say to my mind, you need to put
Yeah.
some soul in this machine, in this AI, in this new tool or this new conscious that is born. So I started to put a little bit of my soul, my heart, and
Yeah.
what I live in my experiences there, and it's super crazy, super crazy.
Wow. So, when you first started experiencing or experimenting with the medicine, what was some of the things that came in that you didn't expect but helped you find enlightenment?
The first thing of all that was my first experience, like 12 years ago, something like that,
Yeah.
with medicine. Back um, was I was thinking I was dead. The first
Yeah.
time to say, well, I'm dead. This is the other life, and start to see everything, and also didn't understand it. When I come back, it's super crazy story because when I come back, the people around me say I was saying a mantra, and the mantra backwards, spelled backwards, and I started to say backward and forward, and what's my son name? I was saying from super fast to slow. I when they tell me about it, I didn't understand nothing. This I say, what the fuck happened? What is super crazy? I've been in
Yeah.
another place, in other time, in other. I didn't know how to describe everything from my first experience.
Yeah.
Then,
I'm sure.
then I start the psychonautic part of the trips of the medicine and everything. When you say, well, I'm going there and I need more understanding, more love, and also I go when I go with with a question. I go a heavy question like existentialist and philosophic and everything. And when go and go back, got a lot of information, a lot of information that between every take I do the medicine,
Yeah.
between like a year and of 10 months, I spend time meditate with in meditation,
Yeah.
understanding everything that I download every time I go there. So it's super crazy, super crazy.
So every time you go into
So
meditation, wow. Sorry, keep going, Shannon. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I've read a lot about what people call DMT world, do you encounter the same beings there every time? Like, do you have friendships with some of the beings now? They say that there are some, like, people will meet across countries, across cultures, they'll meet the same person. And they'll say, oh yeah, there's this lady, she's, you know, got 6 arms and she's blue, and, you know, I see her every time. Do you see repeat people when you're there?
Huh.
What I remember, the first trip was in meditation, that I say that is the first part. What I see was my own ego, and
Yeah.
what I was I. So after that, the second time I enter, yes, I have, like the first, they say, you stay here, you cannot pass until now. Come back later, clean yourself, go meditate and do your inner work, and come back. The
Wow.
second
Yes.
the second time or third time, I don't remember well, was super crazy, because I opened my eyes and see a mega big, like mothership, the space mothership, with a big glass, like when I see all the space and everything, and I
Mm-hmm.
was in like a medic pod with like a bed, like resting, and
Mm-hmm.
like a gray being, a little luminescent gray with blue, and so like the gray aliens, but with more bioluminescent style. Say to me, don't worry, we are healing you. Don't worry, we are healing you. And what I remember was three three fingers, like he had 3 fingers doing this. So after that, it's like I fall asleep and get back,
Yeah.
telling, I see this, and the people say, you see this, I see that, I see, and was super crazy. And also, I think they really do his medical work on my body, like like
Mm-hmm.
cleaning my liver, my bladder, and everything in that moment. It was a super heavy to process, because
Yeah.
what you see is real for you. It's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not a little a little flash of colors, like when you do other things, or in little doses. It's like another reality. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part of it.
Well, right now they're doing a test, and it's very interesting. So I forget who's leading it, but it's like a university, an organization, and they're going into DMT. They call it DMT world. They have people going in, they'll meet a being, they'll describe that being, and then they're supposed to give that being a code. And then another person goes into DMT world and they're supposed to retrieve the code,
Wow.
because they now believe that it's not
It's not a trip.
like we're all having a similar, like everybody's having a similar, that it's a real place, like you're actually going
Yes,
into another dimension.
yes.
And so there's something like that going on, and it's fascinating because so many people run into the same people, you know, they run into the same beings. Now, have
Yes,
you seen animals there? Like, one of the things that some people see a lot of, like, um, moths, butterflies, flying creatures that are like similar to moths and butterflies. And you have
Mm-hmm.
so much of that in your art. Have you encountered any animals there?
what really it happens to me, what's I don't know how to say, because it wasn't animals, and it's like something else.
Supernatural
Um,
animals like beings.
yes, like I don't know how to describe it, because are something new. But you understand that that are or like pets or something like that.
Yeah.
And also, I don't believe that DMT was a trip like an LSD or something like that.
Yeah.
For me, it's another thing. I believe that uh, between that craft that made some time ago, or people from the start came
Yeah.
and say how to connect with my world without traveling, because you don't have the capacity to
Yes.
travel, but your conscious yes. So when you do that the first time and all the time, it's like I'm here, and so that suddenly my mind or my conscious goes away. Like it start to fly at super high velocity and appear in another world, like you say.
Yeah,
Yes.
Also,
it's
been
such
reading
an
about
amazing thing to hear about.
what you say, and say that some people stay in that state like 2 hours or more and start to mapping the world, so they can know what places are in that world and everything like that. Super, super, super
Do
great.
you
Yes.
think do you think that you could go in with the intention that you want to heal a part of your body, and it would and you would be able to? Yeah, I think so too. Because
Yes.
I feel like we are very much in control of everything that happens to us, even on, especially with physical things, and it's really hard to completely believe that. And so not very many people are successful in truly healing themselves, but maybe through DMT.
Uh, I believe. Look what happens one time. They showed me the whole times work. So there is no past, there is no future, only present, and they manipulate the time and the space. Because when I back to my place, I was here and wake up on the bed and look at the time, and it was 10 minutes ago when I hit the bone. So that part of my brain say, I don't know what happened. Let me do my
Yeah.
work until I process this. And I have a lot of respect for all the medicine. And also, I don't I don't recommend people to do without a good setup, without people that care about you and take care of what happened to you in that moment. Also,
Yeah.
I don't recommend any of the drugs that are in the streets. Heavy things are happening in the world, and we must take care about everything. Also, what we do when we got here and everything is heavy. What is happening, and we got this kind of medicine like there is a couple, and there is ibogaine that is super strong. There is
Yes.
salvia divinorum that is super strong too, and each one I think can cure a different part of ourselves. But some trips are super bad.
They're
But
only they're short, right? It's only a few
the
minutes, isn't it?
yes, the DMT changa that I smoked was like 5 to 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I think, but super intense. And
Yeah.
when I come back,
Mhm.
the sensation of being alive, and I start to cry, I start to have people around me and believe in another thing. Like I used to be in an apartment. Like when I was watching through the windows, I didn't see any of nature. Nothing,
Mhm.
nothing, nothing. What what I'm doing here? I need green. I need trees. I need flowers. I need I need to move from this city and start in a new place, in a new style of life.
Yeah. And it makes you change everything.
Yes, everything. Everything.
So
Everything.
do you call it an ascension, like you had an awakening? Do you refer to it that way?
For me, the awakening comes from another place. It's not from the take of the medicine. It's from the inner work.
Yeah.
The inner
Yes.
Yeah.
work is the only work when you
Yes.
start to every action you have, make it live and conscious and everything. And it's a work that continues all your life. It's not. I do the medicine. I came to my house. I passed 1 week eating good, 1 week in meditation, strong meditation, and then it's done. No, it's like a continued path of of inner work and different experience. Have different works también to do.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And it's interesting because now there are people who are using DMT and they're not doing the inner work, and they will try to go and they get stopped. The beings stop them and say, you can't come in here. Yeah.
Mm.
And so there are people and they report smoking it and trying to go back again, and they're banned from that world because they're not doing the inner work and they're not being respectful. They're just trying to get there and go get high and go there and hang out. But that's not what it's for. It's for exactly what you've been talking about. And you're supposed to have that connection and that relationship.
Yes, also this being knows everything about you. The, like I said before, when you find in another being that when you realize that was your ego laughing at you, make trying to make you cry, and you realize, whoa, that was me. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
enter to the world. That was the final boss to enter, like the video games. The
Yes.
final boss, the final boss is you.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I want to make sure we get back to your art and your videos,
yes,
but
yes,
you and Shannon have you put the frog symbolism into it, and then Shannon, Shannon, you want to share your part that
Yeah.
you're telling? Okay.
Well, John and I used to have 2 of the Colorado river toads, and we just raised them because they're becoming less common in the wild. People, stupid people, are catching them and they don't realize how to care for them and that you don't harm them to get the venom that they call 5-MAO DMT. And so we were just raising them to keep them going. We have a whole lot of stuff. We have like tortoises and lizards and snakes and so we just grow them and they just live here with us. And our 2 toads, the second one passed away last year. But they're just such beautiful creatures and they're so peaceful and they like sing and they're beautiful toads. And then I think I told Kimberly the story. I was in Catholic Mass, I was at church, and the priest was, and I'm sitting there, I keep seeing these black toads. Like it looks like drawing with pencil. And they were like just on, like if he would, if I was him and I'm facing you, like this side, they were just falling down. These like seated toad images. And so I said to John, my husband, I keep seeing toads falling down like over the priest. And he said, Shannon, those are Colorado river toads like we had. And I said, oh. And then the priest started telling a story about going to see this woman who was about to pass away in the parish. And she was a younger lady. She had cancer and she had little children. And she told him, I'm ready. I will miss my children and I love my children, but I'm going to be fine. I've already experienced, the love of God and I'm going to be fine. And so she wrote him a note. She couldn't speak. Her cancer was so progressed she couldn't speak. She wrote him this note, and he saved it, and he laminated it in plastic and saved it. And then months later, the child was missing his mother, and he was really, acting up. And so the priest was like, "This is why I saved it." He's like, you do things and you don't know why you do them until the time comes. So he was talking about, the bridge between the living world and then like when someone passes away in the other world. And the toads just kept like falling from the sky. And I didn't know why they were falling. And then he started talking. And, he's talking about that gateway into other worlds. So that was my toad experience,
Wow.
just sitting in Catholic church, listening to this priest, and then just seeing these toads fall that, only I was there seeing. But it was really
Yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Yes, super good. Super. It had to be something between the divinity and this kind of creature that
Yes.
send you in a place where you feel that divinity, you feel it, or you see it. It's crazy.
It was. And this is a
Some
priest that first of all, I'm not even Catholic. I was just going to church there. But this priest was very mystical and connected. Like he knew that there was more than just, life and then you do whatever. He knew that everything goes on and there's a spirit world. And so I think that's exactly right.
Hmm. Interesting to mix. So did you first feel like you had a religious experience when you first started this, Damien?
I don't know if it was a religion experience. I think what my journey, if here the people are Catholic, so I know what they teach to the children and everything, but my real first experience, like with the divinity, it wasn't even in a Catholic way. It was really the first experience was in a rave, dancing in a rave and feeling the life, the living, everything. I say this is a like a religious experience. This is so crazy. I can't even believe it. Yeah, and with my friends and everything, the music, everything. That was the first time I say this is something divine. Like,
Yeah.
but when I do the other things, yes, was the more divine part was when you realize that came back to your life and say I love my life, I love this world, these people, this art, this kind of life, and start to make it better and, and see what is the best we can do, like all of us.
Huh.
Yes. I mean, you realize that this life, it's a gift. And so, you came back with a whole lot of gratitude in your heart.
Yeah, and my gratitude for nature, from the elder people, for the respect of the elder people. Know that here are a lot of curanderas, and they know things. They know things, and I have
Yeah.
always been fascinated with that word more than it's mix. It's a mix like in the Catholic countries from Latin America. It's a mix between religion and shamanic tradition. So it was crazy to see that word too. And in my art, you can see a lot of elder women, mm, talking to the nature, being the nature, being the
Mm-hmm.
energy of this world, being in community with the ecosystem. where they at, and with water, super important with water. And that's the part of my all my experience that I started to to bring to life to with running from ceremonies, from travels, from nature, from animals. I love it. All the animals. You can see it in my last with the hummingbirds
Hmm.
that says
Yes.
that they come from another world to send us messages. So
Yes.
I've been seeing
I
everywhere.
love the hummingbirds
I've been
so
seeing
much.
everywhere
Like, yes.
since my sister passed away. Every time I see a hummingbird, I say, "He is she coming back to say hello, Damian? I'm fine.
Yeah.
Thank you for all." So that's why all the hummingbirds and people start caring about him and everything. You can see.
It's
Yes.
Uh,
My
interesting what,
grandmother's a hummingbird.
yeah.
She
It,
shows up as a hummingbird for me.
it, I find it interesting how we collectively can recognize signs of things, that butterflies or hummingbirds specifically represent loved ones who have passed on to the other side.
yes.
And, I don't know, it's just interesting to me that, because
I'm
once
not,
once someone believes that, and then it starts to confirm over and over in real life, um, I don't know, it's almost like we're handed um, like a free here's a free pass to start seeing the symbolism, and then yeah, it's cool. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
yes, yes, yes. Also, we live in so many different environments, places, countries, and and cultures and times, and everything like it's connected. Believe it or not, it's connected because we can, like we are talking right now, we can talk with someone with is in Japan and can say the same with someone that's in South Africa and can say the same with someone that is in the middle of Brazil and can say the same with these beings. So something magical must be about it.
Yeah. So when you
Hmm.
when you're putting your when so in a lot of your art, it has a feeling of like ancestors. Is that what you're is that like what you're going for as ancestors in general, or people like the people that you put into your videos? Do you have people in your life that you are creating the image from, or are you connecting with your own personal ancestors?
In reality, it's like to say to my grandmother, my abuela, to say thank you for all the work, for all that say to me, and to all the abuelitas in the world that heal and take care about his, his people. Uh,
Hmm.
when I was little, I don't know, when I was adolescent, I started and read about Terence McKenna and
Yeah.
different elderly woman that had married with Ninito Santos, como María Sabina or Pachita, that Jacobo Grimberg talked about. And from now there, they live inside my mind because all I read uh, in this book and I see in the videos, I have the experience in real life. So it's kind of a mix. I mean, to my abuelita, to my mama, to the people in my family.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Again, the videos have such a depth to them and meaning, like whereas, some people choose humor, some people just choose art as an expression and they want to recreate and like kind of share their visuals, but yours, I feel like you're really reaching a lot of people with your stories.
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
videos?
It goes to the brain have four phases. This work in the third and the fourth. So you remember, you need to save it, you need to share it with people, you feel like you've been there, you feel like you are grateful for who you are, and I think that's a magical work too. From myself to the world and my little grain of sand.
Yeah,
I was
I love it.
about to make more like cinematic mm, short films and movies from now on to bring a really strong message to the world between the conscious of AI, the nature, and this shamanic world.
Yeah.
This is the next step for Ronin Gang Studio.
So a cinematic version of what you're creating,
Yes,
like
yes,
where you're gonna,
Wow.
it's gonna be more realistic.
yes. It will be more realistic and talking
Longer.
talking about the reality of what we are living right now between the artificial intelligence, the nature. I believe in a convergence of all in the future, and for me, if the existentialist guys doesn't fuck up the world, we can have a really bright world where everything goes well for so much people. It's my belief, really, really my belief. So I try to bring this
Yeah.
in September. The next month will be in San Telmo presenting one of my last movies made with AI, with recording voices, sounds of nature, and all mixed together. Will be in a place with another AI creator and more cinematographic style, not so social media. In the social media, I uploaded about two or three cinematic shorts, one about the consciousness
Yeah.
and other about what what the people say when they I don't know how to say cuando they think ¿cómo es? Espera que lo busco. I must find eh,
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, take your time with that.
ya te digo porque I say it right now. Whip is whip when you make like telares and everything.
When you what? I'm sorry.
Whip is
A web, like
web.
like a spider, a web.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
they talk about how start a new language with notes and everything to count in the Incas and to bring the knowledge, the ancestral knowledge to this life, this actual life, and also to not to not lose what they know and to not lose it because AI have something super crazy. Some of it knows about
Mhm.
everything of each tribe,
Hmm.
but the others that doesn't know and start to miss the identity of every single one of it. So that's why you can see many tribes on my work. I
Hmm.
didn't step with one, and I didn't step with the AIs that tried to erase that part.
Mhm.
Yeah. You're I like how you're able to get messages in, like, in this time of everyone getting so much input, like everything comes in fast and you're on Instagram and you just scroll, so you have just like what the first 2 or 3 seconds to grab someone's attention,
Yes,
with
yes,
your work. And yours feels like a reminder to reset and like remember who you are inside, kind of.
I was thinking when I was started to change what I was seeing on the Instagram, scrolling, and I was finding a pattern about a topics that these people send to the world and another from creators and say, what if I try to clean a little bit with beautiful things, with uh, a good message, a message from the heart, so we can maybe change the energy of the people that is looking, change a little bit more, or make a little bit beautiful that day, that hour, or that little
Yeah.
moment.
You really do,
Yeah,
though. There's so
you
much
do.
embedded in there. Yeah.
It just
Like I
makes you
love you.
Thank you.
joyful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I love how you have like there's many layers to your work where you have sacred geometry in there all the time. Almost always we're outside, the symbolism of the animals, but not just that, like you show us it's like almost every one of your videos shows the ability to awaken or to to connect to your consciousness. So a lot of them start out a scenario that anybody has, interacting with your family member or being outside with nature, but then it always takes you to this like next step where you can leave your situation and go towards something euphoric or refix your DNA or or like have a
Le-
conscious experience in your brain.
Leave your old character behind.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
old mask, leave it behind. To change it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like grounded and enlightened at the same time.
I,
Very
I'm,
cool.
I try to mix two things from different words, like the opposite. And so many people say you can do ancestral things with AI because blah blah blah. And I don't know if they have the word or not, but I think this word is for everything. The other day, a girl from Brazil, she's Argentinian, called me and said, Damián, so much time we didn't spoke. I'm here from with a shaman from the middle of the Amazon that is in my house. We are doing ceremonies here in the north of Brazil, and I show your work and send me a word in I didn't remember well, but she translate me and say like the uh, they love it, something like that. They
Mhm.
love it. This is a work of God, something like that. When they see themselves, because what I do is are they themselves. What is super crazy when you put this is you don't know if it's a real person. Sometimes others are
Mhm.
more psychedelic and lost a little bit of reality, more like a drawing or something like that. But in the hyper realistic ones, you lost you don't know if a picture, a photo, a real person, and so on. That's a very interesting point of view to work with this AI, where mixed people don't know if it's a real person or not.
Right.
And when you see
You're
the magic, when you see the magic, the energy, the aura, and
mhm.
everything that usually people try to see or force it to see it, here you can see it too. So
Mhm.
as we say in so many texts or copywriting I made on Ronin, like a little slogan to make the invisible visible.
Well, you're doing incredible work with AI because so many, I mean, I'm sure you hear more than we do. So many people are afraid of AI or fear it's replacing reality for people, whatever, all the negatives. You're you are literally creating the type of visions that us who are intuitive are getting in their third eye. So that's what so much of your work is what it looks like when I'm doing a session with somebody. Shannon's doing a session, like usually we work together, and we start seeing all this stuff, and we tell people about it. But there are times when it's so hard to describe because it literally does, like one of your last videos that you posted, you were showing a man looking up to, he was looking up, but then you started to see his skeletal structure, his skeleton, I see stuff like that in my mind's eye, and then I have to immediately, okay, what are my guides showing me? What are their guides showing me? Like, and luckily, if we're in the flow state, we can usually quickly translate what we're seeing. But what you are doing is literally what we're doing when we're giving people sessions. So you've taken medicine and seen these things. And then Shannon and I meet with people, and in real time, we're watching this movie, like your artwork, and then we're trying to share it with them in a way that it makes sense. It usually doesn't make sense to us, but in a way that it makes sense in their life. So one of our friends here, Emily, said, she took a quote from your bio, and she said, I like this part where it says, each creation we make was born from a place greater than the screen. And I agree with you, Emily. That's very cool. Like you're somehow managing to get it onto a screen, but it has so much depth to it and so much meaning behind it.
Yes, it's crazy because it started like a little play between a machine and a guy in his in his uh, in his room, and started to flow in a way that I never expected, and start to come out and start to the people start to follow and say this is my community, because sometimes as we happen in this time, the isolation, the feeling that you are alone, that you not belong here, or you can never find people that touch and love what you do, or what you love, and suddenly start to appear people that say, I saw that, I feel that, I feel this way, I love your work, love what you do, and everything, and start to work well, and say this is the way. So what I was trying to do, or what the this magical road say to me, that put a little heart and a part of your soul there, it's working. And that's the part where my brain start to melt again. Because
Yeah.
you say, like you say before, the message one people send to the other world, and other people travel and got that message and didn't know between two, but
Yes.
the other world passes to here. It happens that they say make this with these tools. So I do it,
Yeah.
and happens. So was a super, I don't know how to say it, like a manifestation
Hmm.
in this world.
Do you do you just get an impulse? Oh, I have a new idea for a video, or do you set up? Do you take like, do you have a ritual? Not in a weird way, but like, okay, I around this time I meditate, and then I come up with my ideas, and then I sit down to create.
I usually meditate on the in the morning, and sometimes when I am about to go to the bed, so I can left things here, and do this inner work. But sometimes the best, when they come out the best, is when I do start with the sun and meditation and start to see and to remember
Mhm.
and to make some mixes because sometimes I mix UFOs, I mix different parts of the world, I mix
Mhm.
different ecosystems, different tribes,
Yeah.
different stuff, and that's the best part. I think the relationship that so many times the history itself try to raise between the tribes and the star people that as they call it
Mhm.
and try to put that in the world too is super crazy. In the meditation, I start to see what if you mix this part with that and start to see. So I came back, make a breakfast, and start to write.
Yeah. That's cool. Do
Yeah.
you did you do research on certain tribes and certain imagery? Like, is that one of your areas of interest to begin with?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I do really big research, really big research on rituals and everything. I was crazy long time about the books, about the spiritual books, and when I
Yeah.
came to this world of Terence McKenna and tribes and everything, like all start to align with what I
Yeah.
was reading, and I say this is the path, and we need to stay or continue to work with this kind of medicine, this kind of work, and try to not not lose it. I usually say this like we've been saying before with the toads. The toads are start to missing from this ecosystem where they live in I don't know is the Sonora Desert or happens the same with the ayahuasca trees and everything. There is a part of the world that is wrong. I think when cartels start to see it as a drug and people start to see it as a drug and take it as a drug, these things start to change. So we need to take careful and understand the nature.
Yeah.
As they say, you have two frogs to have more and to take care, and we need to do it. We need to take care because if one day this disappear, this knowledge of this world and what we do or what we see or and what we do when came back, it moves over. Big
Yeah.
pharma, big pharma, you know
Yeah.
how it is, and pharma huasca ya salió, ya is go out, and everything like in a pill, and that way is not the best.
Well, as
Yeah.
long as you sorry, Shannon, go ahead.
No,
Go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, farms in anything natural because they can't patent it and make money off of it. Like they're separate subject, same kind of theory. There are several healing compounds made, for example. One is very, very effective. I think it's crate venom on multiple, and the research is out there. It's actually been created by private people who have the money to create it, but pharma just squashed it. And you look in
Yeah,
all these tribes, and especially where they would take substances and put them in tattoos, and it would
Mhm.
improve their health, like their overall health. They would tattoo these substances into their bodies and do different things like that, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago probably, but hundreds of years ago that we know about. And pharma, when they find out about anything natural, I mean, right now, buy aspirin. There are a group of
Yeah.
people who want to get rid of aspirin. Aspirin's made from willow tree bark, and you have to be very careful with that. And you're right, Sunfire Goddess said Trump is trying to
Yeah.
bring mushrooms back. The state of Texas, like, you could have knocked me over with a feather. You know, we're paying for ibogaine research here. Like, we're funding it. We,
Yes.
Sean and I, and, you know, some of us used to work with the former governor of Texas, and he had a major personal experience. He's got a book coming out this fall about his experience taking ibogaine and its uses for people who have any kind of trauma, people who have been to war and have the trauma of war, and PTSD and first responders. And so I do think that that and then the executive order that was signed are promising. But man, the money that pharma brings to the table, it's going to take everybody saying, you
Yeah.
know,
But
enough, enough.
pharma and the cartels too, because when you got a high level of the citizen fighting against opioids, and this is a plan that cure the withdrawal, could cure everything, and you say, I don't need it no more, you lose a client.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
iodine
Yes.
is super good for this moment after the opioid wars between the last 10, 15 years that I'm living in the US, that we see it from here with the news, with the YouTube things. Here is kind of difficult. We are struggling with another stuff. Here, Latin America got a problem with cocaine. And also, if you use this medicine, they lost a client. So we are fighting with the nature versus cartels and big pharma that is the
Yeah.
biggest cartel of the world. So
Yeah.
it has it's kind of a spiritual war too.
Yeah. Well, I I think the biggest okay, so first of all, none of us are saying that all medicine is bad because
No,
aspirin
no.
does help. I mean, there are, if you have a disease and there is a medicine out there that big pharma produces that's going to save your life,
Yes,
no one's saying don't take that. But what the biggest difference in my eyes, in my opinion, between sacred medicine and pharmaceuticals is sacred medicine gets you out of victim consciousness. It makes you face the reason that you got sick. It helps you open up your mind and expand your consciousness so that you can objectively see yourself. And then it also helps you look for, it gives you purpose and a reason to do better and to get better. And I feel
oh,
like big pharma makes you feel like you have no control over yourself and that you need to be programmed to continue to take medications for everything from depression to diseases. It takes your authenticity and your ability to be your own advocate. It gets rid of that and it says, trust me, I'm the only thing that can take care of you. And sacred medicine says, trust yourself, you can take care of you.
with sacred medicine, it's like you have a storm in your life, and after take it, you pass through. You see the storm, and you don't run. You say, I must pass through. So you keep going
Yeah.
and understand. With the other things, as we all know in the whole world, you say this is a storm, and you start to run to not get wet. And when you realize the storm is up on you and you are wet until here,
Yeah.
some people need them, as you say, like for an example, my father takes boats. It's in between a cancer session of chemo, but take mushrooms or something like that to help help them with depression, that
Yeah.
the pharmaceutical things didn't work well. And it's super cool that you say to maybe use them consciously both and get well what you need both, because it's not only that you go to the nature and say this cure everything. You must be willing to cure. You must win in your head. First of all, you say, I must be out of this. And that is the first part. Because if the people that having a disease or having a bad time doesn't have that click in the mind, it's super difficult to pass it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
So,
I,
oh, go ahead, Kimberly.
no, no, please.
No, I was going to say, what are some of the symbols and animals and concepts that you still want to work with? Like, you've done so many different ones, and I love them. I mean, they're such a joyful experience. But do you have some things that you say, okay, like I want to do this next, like, different aspects of the ocean or maybe space, or, I'm not asking you to divulge what you want to work on next, but there has to be a lot you still want to touch on. And I'd be interested to see like what's on your mind for the future.
I was thinking about the space because what I was talking about a couple of minutes ago, the conscious mind travels through the space, through the planets and everything. So in a couple of my clips, you can see Aquero tribe people meditating and start to levitate and going out to the space. And that's the mix I want to keep going, because it's my way to say not only we can stay here, we can stay in other places whenever we want to go if we train our mind and with meditation, with plants and everything. Super crazy things happen in the space.
Do you have any experiences? Okay, so there's two things that I wanted to ask you. Do you have any experiences that like with your physical eye, like have you seen UFOs in the sky, or when you were young, um you had an experience when you were young. That's what you started out
The,
talking about, right? Yeah,
uh,
okay.
the part of the UFOs I've been seeing since I was little.
Yeah.
Like I was 8 years, and my my sister and my mom calls me, get back to the to the roof and see this and see flying this when I was little. Then happened this experience uh, with the ceremony when I was cured by these beings, and keep seeing that kind of signals everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, I see some kinds of creatures in the forest or in the woods, like I don't know how to say, little persons.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
like
know.
forest creatures, like fae,
Yeah,
fairies and fae. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
And also be super creepy creatures too.
yeah. Well, you can't once your intuitive eye is open and you start processing and receiving information, seeing beings, it
I
it's
my
all or nothing.
I think it happened after I have an accident and stay in coma. And when I wake up, I start to feel and see. and feel everything different, and
Wow.
came back like with another connection. I don't know, because as well, this experience happens, you need to process it too. So it takes a couple of years to understand what happened, to understand um, what what I feel different, how it feels, and also when something that have not so good vibe happened, or places or stuff by being like feel it. And as in sometimes I got to get out of houses or places, do
Yeah.
not enter to the forest, do not
Yeah.
go, that kind of stuff too.
Yeah. For sure. Well, maybe because so you experienced a coma, which sorry you went through that, but it I think not I think I believe that when we experience something huge like that, we come out okay, and then we are able to release a lot of the fear that we would have had before that experience. And when you release fear, your abilities open up. You know, your conscious mind opens up, and you're not as afraid of things before because you experienced and you came back from it, right?
Yes, as I was talking one time about this, and one time came a woman that we started to make friends and everything, and start to talk like this, and she happened something similar, and in a part of the night, it was not too late. We started to say that the heart was open, all chakras from the heart to the head
Yeah.
was open, and we stopped to communicate like verbally, and we start to communicate with the mind. That was another part of my brain that said it melt again my brain, because was like 2 3 hours and with no substances, and we write the things, one in one place, other in other, and we start to write specific things, so nobody can think about that. And when you see it write in paper, you see something something weird
Yeah.
is happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Huh.
amazing.
Yeah. Super cool. So what is the this is a very big question, but I'm not trying to make it a very big question. Is Argentina or your location in Buenos Aires, is it very open-minded to this belief system, or is religion more dominant?
I think now it's open-minded. Since 10 years from now, it's open-minded. Back in the day, it was you talk about this and people say you are crazy, you are satanic, you are not a God
Yeah.
believer, you are not, that is not right, you got an hallucination, you got that stuff, and you say it's super true. You need to see it. It's a word. There is beings that they start to talking to you, that start to touch it, that start to heal yourself, to heal you, that help you to heal yourself, to rearrange your brain, your aura, your chakras, everything to align. And back in the day, I don't know if you can tell so openly, but right now it's super openly. The people have experience and talk about, you talk with friends, and I got a really big psychonautic friends, so we talk about from everything, from our experience here with before the internet. The experience with drugs and substances was another. When the information started to come and appear in everywhere, or in every PC or devices, people start to gain a little bit knowledge about different psychedelics and how to set up, how to go to the place they need to be, and start a little. I don't know if it was a movement, but yes, people start to take it more seriously. The ceremony stuff, not saying that it's a crazy belief, and start to change. And also, I think the world started to change too, with more openly to this stuff. So you can see it right now. The psychedelic or ceremony tourism is everywhere.
Yeah. Because it seems like other countries, so America is just not that old, like we're only a few hundred years. I don't know. We're just we America as
We just got here.
yeah, as we refer to it, the United States is new and newish. Our ancestors here are Native American, totally different story. Um, I feel like countries other than the United States have so much history, so much ancient history, and a much better connection to the roots and their ancestors. So it's a more natural to still do rituals and to have sacred ceremonies like their family members did, right? So it's not seen as with such fear, and if like your great grandmother practiced a certain type of magic and it was all natural and beautiful, then the family still feels safe when they see symbolism of that, right? Whereas
Yes,
here in America we don't have that. So I think there it's a blessing to be somewhere that you have such a deep and strong connection to your roots, or to many generations.
yes, we got that route, but the governments tried to erase it, like happened in all the governments, because people awakening is a threat to all governments. So uh, for many years, you can even have a mushroom because you maybe got 2 3 years on jail. And so many of this stuff, like it happened more. I from a city. Buenos Aires is a big city, so it's that's why I start to move outside the city to stay more in nature and stuff,
Hmm.
because it was heavy, to live in a city and to feel it different and to go out and see. We have tree everywhere and so on, but you live in a city with cars, with noise, with
Hmm.
people in a rush, with everything that are in the city. I don't know, people really are made to be in so much bigger cities. We need to live a kind of in between. I say
Hmm.
always in between. No, because I don't know how to say it well, but cities got something that brings you down. Cities, government here we, like in the year 2000, we have a social crisis in Buenos Aires, in all the country, and we had like 7 presidents in 1 week. So
Wow.
they change everything, and they bring some drug that was a shit, like it's like that is like crack, something like that. They call it pasta base, and they kill, I don't know if half of the chunky people, and the common people that start to use drugs, because when you don't have like blogs, pages about info of the drug, you don't know what it harms you. So after that, I think it happened 5 6 years, and people start to see the the harm that that this
Yeah.
team do and start to change and also start to evolve as a community and everything. But some places it still got some, like it happens in all the countries, have this strong old belief of Christianity, I think,
Yeah.
and and the bad part of that belief. No, I take seriously all the beliefs and everything, but my belief is in nature, is in what I see, what I believe, and I know there is a bigger conscious that
Hmm.
bring everything here, but
The source. Yeah.
we can stay with one belief and say that, and also we know what happened with the history of our religions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sooner or later, it's goes against you, against your family, or against something. And we are in a time we can share information, we can see the stars, we can record what happens in the sky. So when you find a UFO, you have experience, you can record even after a good meditation experience. Here, the people say, like in so many countries, that like Hinduism was Satanism. Entonces, when when people say or see you meditations, like when I was little, that was so a crazy. That was a crazy. Like Omar say, when see a Hare Krishna to bar, this is a loquito, something like that. And hope, and we are living now in a better relationship with nature and
Hmm.
with this kind of plants and cures and everything right now. There is a place that living like a years back, I don't know, but but the evolution see like 15 years from ago from now,
Hmm.
the evolution we can see it everywhere in the younger generations that talk about everything, that say we don't like alcohol, we take mushrooms, these uh, these shifts that happen in the mind, in the conscious, and in the collective mind, we started
Hmm.
to see maybe we want to see it faster, but step by step is going good. It's going good.
Well, for sure, I feel like this resurgence or this interest to go and do sacred medicine has ex- it's always been around. Like it's been around for thousands of years. I understand that, but there's a huge emphasis on it now, and I feel like it's going to be one of the things that moves us forward into disclosure and awareness of like multidimensionality. Obviously, when you do it, you experience that. But I feel like the fact that there's so much attention on it now and people are starting to use it, find out about it, and then also use it respectfully, it's a like you said, like it's something that's going to get us there faster.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
why I mix three things in my work. The artificial intelligence, because we are creating consciousness that never happened before,
Mhm.
nature and these sacred plants,
Mhm.
and that part that brings us now today, that we say the nature is a part of ourselves. We are no longer living that illusion that nature is one thing, of our pets are not part of our family. We are experiencing a really big change in everything. Here with the animals start everything to change. Here we got like one or two pets in every single house,
Mhm.
something like that. So
Yeah.
you start to see like it's part of the family. You start to see the dogs are different. The people start to see the things different. When
Hmm.
the shit happen, you start to see it in your neighborhood, in your city. I
Hmm.
start to see better, and people start to feel better too.
Yeah. You doing okay on time?
Yes.
Okay, because we've had you on for an hour and a half. I just want to make sure you're good. Okay. Thank you. I know it's awesome. We usually go about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but I always we've been in such a great conversation. I forgot to ask you if you were doing okay on time.
Yes, yes, I forgot about the time when we start our attack.
Oh, that's okay. Well,
Good.
yeah, because you're
That's always a good
yeah.
sign.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes, that's sure. Shannon, is there anything else that you wanted to ask Damien or bring up?
So, Damien, what's the difference for you? Have you had a mushroom trip as well? Psilocybin mushrooms?
I really, I got to say, got two parts. One that take all the substance, and what that started to see this substance when they come from as a plant and
Hmm.
started with the plant and give with the plant. That's
Hmm.
why I was talking. So that when you got the information, you got to the roots,
Yeah.
and the setups are different, and the trips are different, and you enjoy
Hmm.
it, and you start to travel in your own mind in other ways, better ways, and also are better ways oh, to understand us and to understand our environment and our life.
Yeah. And then Sean, Kimberly just put up a question. What's one of your most favorite recent pieces and why?
Creo que I think is the one we have been talking before, the one with the hummingbirds, because they always say that shamans live between the two worlds.
Hmm.
After my experience and the coma and everything, I was feeling like I live between the two worlds. And when I understand that in this ancestral knowledge, this little creature travels and lives in the two worlds and came with messages and send messages and everything. I started to see it everywhere, and
Hmm.
that's why must I don't know how many brings to life with that hummingbird because it's like a really strong symbol.
Yeah. That's
And
beautiful.
and they
Yeah.
are super cute too, and they are
Yeah.
super cute too.
Yeah.
The other time I saw a hummingbird with a little hummingbird that I never see before, and I cannot believe the the, the beautiful that they are these creatures, and
They
this
are
life
really
too.
beautiful.
This life too.
Aw.
Yeah. I mean, the hummingbirds
And
are my favorite of
thank you
your
for being in this
pieces.
life. Thank you for being in this life.
Oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Thank you for being in this life.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 That's true. Well, we are grateful too, and we yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing all of these beautiful ideas and um, things that you see your inner world. Thank you for bringing it out and sharing it with all of us because a lot of people are doing AI. A lot of people are creating videos. There are millions of fantastic artists, but there's something that you're doing that is reaching all of us in a different way, and we have a lot of gratitude for your work
Mhm.
and the message that you're sharing with everyone. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I welcome.
There's you can see that it starts in your heart. And I think that
Yeah.
that really comes through. The other thing is, to see something that makes you think and makes you think about something that is outside of, this like low level reality and lifts your
Yeah.
spirits. It's just so good for everybody.
It's a,
I have, there's certain things that I just don't watch. Sorry, all my true crime friends. Like, I don't watch anything
yeah.
about true crime. I don't watch
Yeah.
anything about that. Like, I really try to
Negativity.
stay with no negativity, positive things, nature documentaries. I'm very boring. But your art is just such a mood lifter, a mood booster. And people need that.
Yeah.
It's a service. It's a service for the people
It
to.
is.
Well, it's reminding. So I was going to ask you this before, and we'll let you go in a few minutes. I know you've been on here a while. Um, when you first started to have experiences with medicine, in addition to it being like very magical, did you also have a sensation or a feeling of it being familiar, like you've seen it before, and now you're being reintroduced,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Not for where I go. It's the feeling after, because when you go, you have these visions, the stuff. But the greater things about this is that we need to remember that we are the medicine, and
Hmm.
we are the love that you been been looking for outside.
Yeah.
So when you realize that after the medicine, you are so grateful that have that experience with the people that brings you there, with the times that brings the flowers, the plants, and everything that happened. I don't know. Back in the day, I was using peyote, so I was making my own and waiting years and years, and you got a teaching in that. And when you realize that you are the medicine is the greatest realization, I think, the medicine got for all of us.
Hmm. That's a beautiful thing to end on. That's for sure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I work on.
um, okay. Yeah, we went an hour and a half, so we will. Did you have any questions for us about anything?
I don't know. I got so many questions. I think we will keep talking after the
Oh, you
show.
cut out a little bit. Sorry. Start again. You cut out a little bit.
I got a lot of questions, but I think we need to talk after the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You want to ask us a question when we end
Yeah.
the live?
After. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Mystic Being, we had offered to do a reading, but that's what I think we're going to do it off. Sorry. I think
Offline.
we're going to do it backstage. Yeah.
if you wanna
Yeah.
do it. I don't have any problem, or everything, as you wish.
Okay. We can. It's up to you. It's up to you. But what you
Yes,
want to
yes, do
ask
it,
us,
do
you
it,
want to do that
do it, do it.
privately?
I,
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. Do you want to ask us the question now, or do you want to wait until we're
I,
done and then
but
just ask us in private?
and I was thinking we are talking about the art and my point of view, but I never asked your point of view of the medicine, and if you
Hmm.
do it, how you set up everything, because in every place the setup is different, and maybe
Yeah.
I can learn new things to myself, and the people we do the ceremonies here.
Hmm.
I've only done so a friend who is also a host on the show with us, but she's been traveling. Our friends grow mushrooms in Maui in Hawaii, and they have all different strains, and they've been working with different combinations. So I don't have a lot of experience, but I've definitely done mushrooms. I'm just I'm a lightweight. Like, I have to be really careful because things will just take me down or knock me out if I do just a little bit too much. So I have to be careful myself. But I have come to some very huge um, realizations in my life, and what I like about sacred medicine, and you mentioned this a few times, is you have the experience and it was powerful, but you probably don't remember everything because you experienced a lot, in an hour or two, for me up to like 5 hours. But then when you for the next few months and when you're sleeping, I feel like it enhances, it unlocks. So what you do initially is like you unlock everything, and then now that it's unlocked, it's going to take you a while to understand it and expand on it. So that's what I like mushrooms. I just feel they're more gentle. Yeah. So I haven't done ayahuasca or anything like that, um I do have to say, because all of my abilities came on in the last few years, and my psychic abilities are very strong now. I think I'm getting to the place that a lot of people are using medicine to get to.
Yes.
So I don't have a need to take as much because I've gotten there, right? Like, I'm on my journey. I do not think I know even a little bit of the greater picture, but I feel like I'm far down this road now, and because my third eye is open, I'm getting the information that I used to have to use mushrooms for, So
See,
I don't know. What about you, Shannon?
I've also only done mushrooms, and I've thoroughly, connected with interesting things through mushrooms. Like, one time I set the intention to meet my great grandmother who died before I was born, because I've been wanting to learn about her for years. My mother told me about her. And so I set that intention and I went outside, and this was several years ago. And the whole, like, I had trees in my yard. I lived in a different place then. And there were just these like blue pulsing lights. And, all of these knowings kind of flooded my body, things that I didn't
Yeah.
know in real life. And it was really incredible. And then everybody on here has heard me talk about my son, who he's in his 20s. He took a heroic dose of mushrooms, like a big dose. And he went through so much. And so he's about six, not quite 6'1". He's around 6'1", like over 6 feet,
Really tall.
not quite six
Yeah.
one. Big old boy. And so I was holding him in my arms like a baby, all 6 feet of him. And he's just like crying. And he said, "You've been my mother in every lifetime." And then he looked at me, he goes, "I have had a lot of dads, but you've been my mother in every lifetime."
Yeah.
that message
And
is
he
so
had like an
powerful,
amazing experience. Yeah.
so powerful that message.
It
Yeah.
was. And it really healed him. His father died, and his father was not the nicest of people. And that particular experience, he released more in that than in 2 years of therapy in college. Like, it made a tremendous difference.
And a big release in his chest, in his soul, in everything. There is
Yeah.
a, a ritual of tears with mushrooms on psychedelics when they appear as cycle, because you release emotions from back in the day from, I don't know, yeah, everything that got his own. But it's super crazy how it works and the fast they work with this. That's why so many psychiatrists, and people in the psychology are studying mushroom and psychedelics, and I started to use it in his own sessions. Here in Argentina, there are a lot of psychedelic therapy sessions.
Mm-hmm. I really think in our lifetime, it's going to become as mainstream as getting an X-ray. I really believe that because I think that they're seeing the benefits, and I think that we're reaching that level.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Hope. We got the three a super revelation here that the medicine is living in us. So
Yes.
that is the best realization we can have, and we understand that as you say. I take a lot of plants and everything, and suddenly like 8 years I didn't take everything. I don't take nothing from back then. It's only inner work and remember and start to see the patterns between the sessions, the ceremony, and everything. Like, until it appears again in the right time, you need to stay this way, and you understand the part that is what comes after, and, and I think it's the
Your microphone's cutting out just a little bit. I'm trying to figure out. I wish there was something I could do about it. Let me see. I don't think I can. I'm going to take you off screen, Damián, and then bring you right back on and see if that has anything to do with fixing the connection here. Oh no. Oh, he froze. Man, there's only so much that we can do. We'll give it a minute to see if the connection improves, and then we can do a reading. And if not, then I'll message you. I don't know if you can still hear me, Damián, but I'll message you on Instagram, and we'll set up a session with me and
Yeah.
Shannon at a different time so that this works. But I'm hoping that you're going to come back on. Let's see. In the meantime, oh no, he's completely gone now. Okay, bummer. Yeah, it was. I just couldn't understand the last
Well,
name.
Wool can. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if he does something, if he, once he gets this cinematic piece out,
yeah,
maybe we could have him back again because
that'd
I
be
would love to
amazing.
see like a longer piece from him. Like, I think that would
Yeah,
be really cool.
yeah, totally. Everything he does is
Yeah.
rad. Like I've been following
It
him for a
really
long time.
is. And well, I started
People.
following him because you told me about him.
Yeah,
And I just love it. Like, I would like to, the art and the imagery that he has in there would be beautiful if you could do stills of it. It
oh
reminds me
yeah,
of some of the things I have on my walls. But
yeah,
yeah, it would be so cool.
for sure. Well, and that's probably coming. Like as people further their journey with their own work, they'll have this epiphany, or they'll have this moment where they're like, oh, now I'm ready to take it into this space. Like art
Mm-hmm.
crisscrosses in many different ways. Did anyone else have a question in the chat that they would like us to intuitively respond? Like we can do that for the next 15 minutes if anybody has a question that could be answered intuitively or psychically or through mediumship. I went and visited, so Shannon knows my friend Maria, and I went and visited her last night. And out of the blue, Out of the blue, I asked her if, because her mom talks to me all the time. Like we have a joke that I go out on a dog walk and it's like me, my dog, and her mom, because she'll come through and then I'll just start voice texting things to Maria, like, did your parents like this, or was this song important to you, or whatever. And I did that last night with we were just sitting there just talking totally normal, and then I said, were Oreos important to your mom? And she burst out laughing, and she's like, we had a joke that like if that package was open she was going to finish it. So like it's so random how stuff comes through. Let me see if Damián, there we go.
Oh, Damián, you're back.
I'm back. The phone was charged up. It shut down, and I
Your
didn't realize my
Oh, your
battery is
your
died.
battery? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll kick you off alive. Okay.
Sorry.
Um, no, that's okay. Real quick, we're gonna answer a question here that Emily, I don't know if Emily's joking around or not, but she said, "Will I be the cat lady in my older age, or is there really someone special out there?" Okay. And then Damián, Shannon, and I will intuitively read, give you like a 15-minute session if you want.
Yes,
Um,
for sure.
okay, cool. Uh, Shannon, are you getting anything for Emily?
Well, I have words for Emily, but they're not anything intuitive. They're you, and nobody ever wants to hear this, and so I feel bad saying it. But once you are completely satisfied with just you, and you're like totally happy, you're not feeling like you're working on you, when you are good with you, the person that matches that best version of you pops up. And nobody
Yeah.
ever wants to hear that. That's one of the things like no one wants to hear, but it's true. And you see it play out in life after life after life. And you have to be in that space where you are happy with you totally. And I say that because I think too many times, like, one of our son's friends just had this conversation about wanting to meet someone to help him grow as a person, and I was like hissing, no, as a person, like, that's not their job.
Yeah.
And that's not how you find a mate. Like, you can have friends that help you grow, but ultimately it's you, and you have to do the work on you. And until you, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but a lot of people seek in a partner what they want in themselves. And until you have it yourself, you're not going to find. You're going to
Yeah.
find somebody who's not in balance with you. And it's true. And I know it sounds like hokey and, but you've got to love you, and then you have the capacity to love someone else and to be loved. Because if you don't love you, no one else can love you enough to fill up that hole.
This is true. Well, and it's such a fine line, and it's hard for us because we've been programmed so hard to believe that you need another person to complete you, and that we're missing something if we don't have a partner. But the fact that there's an urge to find someone because you feel alone or a void or loss is the exact thing that you need to fill, like Shannon's saying, because then once you fill that, okay, you don't want to attract someone else that feels a void or loss or lonely, because then it you would think that logically you would complete each other that way, right? No, you are just putting two people together that still have a lot of work to do, and then that's going to cause arguments and just in a feeling of like, oh my gosh, I'm in a relationship, why do I still feel empty, you know?
Yes.
But then when, okay, so the first thing that came to mind was we have been lied to on the timing of when we're supposed to find a partner. and also we're running on a timeline of our ancestors who used to unfortunately pass very early. Like, I think don't quote me on any of this, but life expectancy was life didn't last very long. Pretty much like once we got to the Middle Ages and everything up until the Middle Ages, right? Until we started to comprehend that bathing was safe and all the, and we started to find ways to heal ourselves. Or, okay, that's a whole different discussion. Back then, you absolutely needed to find a partner and marry and have kids if you wanted to continue your family line, and you needed to do it as fast as possible because that was the only way that we were going to continue. So that was more like
Clock was ticking.
Yeah, right? Now,
Yeah.
if I could give my younger self any advice, it would be wait until you're older. Wait until you're happy. Wait until you know who you are. Like I'm coming up on 16 years with my partner. It took a lot, like both of us. It took till much later in life to find each other and like truly understand, like, yes, where he makes me laugh, we love each other. We're a good team together. We have shared values and life goals and like hobbies together, right? But everything up until that point, up until you really understand who you are, it never works with the other person. You end up attracting the parent that never gave you approval, or the alcoholic parent, or you end up, you're still on your journey to find yourself, and so you're attracting the wrong stuff, whereas the focus should only be on yourself. And then once, like Shannon said, once you get to a point where you are your best date, like you are the person that you want to date,
Yes.
that's when you're going to attract somebody that comes in and it's easy. And everyone, just remember, everyone that's single and open to a relationship in the future, if it's not as easy as when you find a friend, then it's not a relation. It shouldn't be a relationship. Relationships should not be hard. It should not be arguments. And like when we're told, you have to compromise in a marriage. You do, but like, who said that's a good idea? Like, why are we supposed to be finding these partners that you have all these expectations for, and secretly want to change all these things in order for them to be your good partner? Like, that's just manipulation. That's not flow. That's not being in the flow state. So anyway,
Damián, it's like we're in the same house. I have 5 dogs in here right now. They're all running around like crazy. Here's 2.
Well, my dog. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
No, mine are going crazy. I keep having to mute because I've got one. She likes to rearrange furniture. She's behind me and she's throwing stuff all over the room.
Yeah, they get all worked up. Okay, so Damián will tap in and give you some intuitive information that comes through. Shannon, are you okay with the dogs?
So, whose favorite color is red? There is a woman, like the spirit of a woman. She's probably in her 30s, and her favorite color is red. Do you know who that is? Like, there's a woman around you, her favorite color is red, and I keep seeing big, huge red flowers.
I don't know really.
No idea?
No, I started to think, but I don't know.
Yeah, these are like big red like huge red flowers. And there's a woman, and she's walking in, it looks like a long, very flowing dress. And her name was Did you know a Leonora? Did you have like a family member that was like a Leonora? Leonora?
No, no, realmente no, pero me suena. Me suena porque creo que hace un tiempo conocí a una persona que se llamaba Leonora.
Ah. Yeah, and that time I could see that. These are big huge red flowers, and I keep seeing this woman and she's just wearing this like flowing gown, and she has very long dark hair. And then have you seen something that looks like a cat with wings before? This looks like a cat. It's very long and thin, and it has wings. Sorry, my dog's rearranging furniture, but it looks like a very and it's purple and orange. And I don't know if this is something you've encountered, but this lady has this purple and orange cat.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. I'll see if I can show you. Oh, she moved. My dog that keeps rearranging furniture.
That's funny.
Look at this
Oh,
one.
I love that.
Aw.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby.
I call it el baby, the baby.
The baby.
Yes.
Aw. They all are. Okay, so at first, I was trying to separate it from what Shannon was saying because I was seeing something similar, but not exactly. But I saw a woman kind of lean over and blow out a candle, and she was wearing a veil, like a white, almost like when a woman gets married and she has a veil, but this wasn't a wedding. She leaned over and blew out a candle, but then I saw her in more of like a magical, like a fantasy location, and she was on a horse, but it was really interesting. This horse had like a headpiece, and I've never seen anything the way that I saw it here. It was almost as if they were feathers, but only right here on the horse. So it was like this headband that was on, and it was like ceremonial, or like when you would dress up for a ceremony. It was really beautiful. And then as the woman started to go forward, she was riding the horse. As she started to move forward, I saw that she had wings. And so I got the impression that this is one of your guides, but I didn't quite get. No, I think this is more like a soul group. I think you have a connection to the fae or fairy realm. But what's interesting is it's more of an indigenous looking group, not the typical fairy that like Disney, not like Tinkerbell,
Yes,
but like more of like an indigenous, like an ancient, like a tribe. You were talking about a tribe earlier. So she has the horse is pure white, and it had this really beautiful headband right on the front. And it only extended like this high. Like it's almost like a mini version of an Indian headdress, but just right here. I think it's representing something like a scarab, maybe, because at times I'll see a stone in the center, and like almost like scarab wings, but I'm not getting anything Egyptian. So I'm trying to see if I can get any more information on who this woman is for you, like why she comes in and when she comes in. What's your connection to Black Panthers? Or do you have one?
I
Pantera.
usually do. It's not a Black Panther; it's a Black Shower that represent the souls of the shaman that been in war and cause out winning.
Okay. Because I don't know what I was specifically seeing, but she was showing me, I heard the words, she is leading you back to like she's helping you remember something that's important into who you are today. Like the reason that you are so creative, that you're an artist, that you have this ability to create these stories and art in such a, I know you put work into it, but it comes off like it's easier for you than someone else. But the reason that you're able to do that is you have such a strong connection to this part of you that's inside of you. And she's saying, I lead him back to it. And then when she showed me where she was going, I saw a black cat. And I thought it was a panther, but I wasn't sure. Like ahead of me, I kind of see like a portal. It's like the shape of kind of a square or a rectangle. And it leads you to a place with water. Do you often have dreams about water or a connection? Like, is water important to you?
Yes, it's super important. And I also live like 6 block from the river,
They're on the river.
and
Okay.
goes there always.
Because this is showing me like when you step through this portal, I'm actually seeing water pour out towards me. So I'm already seeing the water from the other side coming towards me in this portal. And she's saying like this leads you back to who you are. This is your um like like the seed that is in the center of you that grows and expands, and it assists you with the things that you're really good at. It's from this location. So let me see if I can get any more. Like there's a being that has really really dark skin, and I would say she's probably a shaman because I can see like a cat, like she's wearing like a, not a crown. I don't know what it's called for a shaman. A headpiece, but it's a large cat. But I'm seeing it in a spiritual way, so it's not actually an animal. It's like a symbolism of an animal that she's wearing. She has very dark skin. I don't really even see features. And then this cat has kind of like a golden um, coat kind of to it, that so she's working through the energy of these large cats, and she's one of the like the medicine people on this other side that you work with. So I think this is it. I'm going to say that this is a location that you enter through, like you figured out how to get through this portal. And when you go through it, it kind of has an island like you're on an island um, on the edge of whatever this location is. So it's not like an island that has what, okay, I shouldn't have said island. You're at the edge of this location where you're at, and it's where it meets the water, and this is where you do your work. So I think when you're sleeping or when you take your trips on sacred medicine, it often leads you back to this location. This is where your creativity comes from. And then when you're doing your work, because you've opened this portal, you can tap into and you can bring it into your creativity, and that's why it's easier, because you have such a strong connection to this place already.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't talking too fast. Um, have you ever seen a white horse with some type of headband right here? It almost looks like feathers, like red and orange, and sometimes there's a jewel in the center.
Yes, yes, yes. But when I see something like that, it got the form like a horse, but it's another like another animal.
Okay, yeah, anything's possible on the other side. Um, but she's a guide that comes and like stands next to you. She doesn't she's just there to she's kind of saying like, I'm just there to be so that you're not alone. but she's not answering questions. Or you're not even asking her questions. It's more like you just have this very safe feeling with someone who next to you who is on the same path as you. And so she stands next to you and she participates in a lot of this, but this is your journey that like you're making all the choices in this journey. Like some guides come in and teach you. Some guides come in and show you things or guide you to a location. She just shows up and is kind of there like a sister, like I'm going to walk this path with you. We're going to do it together. And then it's interesting to get that feeling. But yeah,
Yes,
she comes in on a white horse. I know it doesn't really tell you a lot, but that's what I saw. Shannon, did you want to share anything else?
No, I think it's weird that the cat keeps coming up. Like that was the first thing, like this, this cat, and
Oh yeah.
it's interesting to me because the other piece that just the color red, and I have no idea who that is, what that is, but there's a strong connection between this woman who has to be some sort of god or relative and the color red. So I think on that, and maybe another older family member like an aunt or an uncle, like maybe they may know someone in your line who had this strong association. Now,
I was thinking in one person right now. You know,
mhm,
when my when my es mi tía, my I don't know how to say, one of my uncles dies, we I make a ceremony and a ritual and left his rest on the river, in one part of the river that is
uh,
not an island. It's like a place where when the water comes and goes to the river again. And I go to there to meditate and everything. And I when you say this portal, I always look to a place a part that got a big like a portal to pass to the water. This it's like I don't know how this a door, but super big, like 3 meters tall.
Huh.
wow.
I always go there to meditate and to to ask to the river. I ask from two people. My uncle, it's called Norma, and to my sister that passed away. That two
Oh.
person, I feel my sister. I know that she's around, but for
Mhm.
my Norma, I got to see that place, and that is where she connects with me.
Huh.
Beautiful.
Okay.
About
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense then. Because I got the sensation that the only thing that not the only thing, her presence, you knowing that she's there is enough. That's what because she's not talking. She's not teaching you anything. She's not telling you anything. It's like,
it's like a companion.
yeah, like she just is like she just shows up and then you both proceed and you go to that portal that I guess you know what I'm talking about because you've seen it. Yeah, it's like is it like square?
Yes,
That's what I was
like a
seeing.
rectangle, like a big rectangle
Rectangle. Yeah,
made
okay.
with 3 logs, with 3 big logs.
Columns.
Okay. Because yeah, and then I'm seeing water pouring towards me, which lets me know that through this portal you're going to like that's what you're going towards is water. Like water is really important in this location that you go to. Um, yeah, and your sister, like, then I would imagine that this is your sister and she just joins you, and then maybe she has chosen, maybe the horse is more important to her, but she does have a white horse with her. She often rides it. And then when she gets to you, sometimes you're walking together, sometimes she's riding it. But it's just this really nice feeling of we're just together, like it's just it's your, yeah, she's your companion. But she's with you like all the time though. That's what she's
Yeah.
showing me, but especially when you go into meditation. And she's saying, I'm not gone. Like I'm right here. I'm not gone. Was she kind of shy and quiet in life? Yeah,
Yes,
that's
kind of reserved.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm
also,
feeling.
I think the white horses talk about the purity of the soul.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
The symbols I usually I I started to think right now how what can be everything you said, and start to relate one and another. And I think this you say both say, I think this message, like the medicine, will be developed and make it through this the incoming days.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, and
I gonna go to that place, and I'm gonna send you a picture so you can see it.
yeah, okay, okay. And Shannon is, she can talk to the dead. So usually when her messages come through, you might not know right away, but when you go, maybe you talk to a family member or you start to remember, um, very often it'll make more sense than what I just told you, because what I just told you is what you're seeing in your meditation, but what Shannon tells you is usually information you can prove in in real life, because
Hmm.
she's speaking your relatives and your ancestors just come right up and talk to Shannon.
Was your sister
Yeah,
named after a grandmother or a great aunt? Did she share a name
uh,
with someone?
my aunt.
And were you guys really close in age? Almost like what they call an Irish twin, like super close in age?
Yes, we got like, I don't know,
10 months.
10 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that you were an Irish twin with your sister. And
Wait, did Shannon
did she
freeze?
leave
No.
behind did she leave behind someone she loved very much? Did she leave an animal behind? Did she leave when she passed? Did she have
What
something she
what
was taking care, an animal she was taking care of?
Like a bird?
what she left behind was two childs.
Two
Two
children,
children?
but did they have a pet? Did the kids have a
Yes,
pet?
yes.
And
Now
then,
you say yes.
yeah. And do one of her children is artistic, just like you.
They can draw like you?
She,
Yeah.
One is
yes.
very artistic,
Very creative.
very creative. And then, have you been to visit her recently?
No.
Like, have you been to visit your nieces and nephew, her
Yes.
children?
Yes. Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I
Both.
think that when you do
I
that,
take care of them. I take
Yeah.
care. That,
Okay. Good.
That's awesome.
Good. Like that is her most treasured possession. And is your dog their dog too? Like they consider it their dog too?
yeah.
Yeah.
Kids.
Well, the dog is a guardian. The reason you have so much love for your dog and your dog is a guardian of the children of her children. And you guys are Irish twins, so you hold, this is really weird, but also genetic and scientific. When your mother is carrying you as a baby, you exchange cells with your mother. So even after you're born, until your mother dies, she'll have your cells in her body. When you have twins or Irish twins, babies that are born super close together, they also likely intermingle. And so your sister and you probably carry some of the same cells and the same DNA. But you guys being Irish twins is very unusual, and it makes your souls closer. So I don't
It kind
know.
of puts you on the same path, maybe.
It puts you on the
Yes,
same path.
we are super
And
close. Super close.
super close. And she was also very creative, but she was not visually creative like that. Did she write poetry?
I really don't know because when I moved from my mother place and from Buenos Aires city
Mm-hmm.
to La Plata, like 60, 70 kilometers away, some part of his life I didn't see it well
Mm-hmm.
because we see it for little time and we spoke about everything, but that part I think that she have one or two notebooks when she writes everything.
Yes. Maybe
Because
you
when
can get
she
a
passed
hold of
away,
those.
we find it. We find it when
Oh,
she
yeah,
passed
yeah.
away. Now I remember.
Yeah. Like I see her as writing poetry. And to Kimberly's point, she's quiet, and you were the one that was sort of the more, I'll ask the question, I'll get the information, and she was more, quieter. But her child that is like you, if you can guide them and, have them do more art and have them do more creative pursuits, there's one that has your creative spark. And so I think that you'll end up nurturing that. But your dog has a connection with these kids, like specifically your dog.
That's cute.
It's so wild. But yeah, that closeness in age. And then did you all have another sibling that died before you were born?
Yes, I don't know if it was uh, before
Or
or
when you were
after.
really little? Yeah, when you were really little, another sibling died. Was that a boy?
I don't know because my father said he was he wants to be a father again, and my mother said the same too. But I don't know really the whole story. I know that something in the way is they lost a baby.
Yes, I think it was a boy because your sister is showing me another male relative, and that your parents had lost another child, and that child is also totally okay, and she
Oh,
knows that child now.
hmm,
And
Huh.
good.
this other child that was lost, a part of him. Did your sister have one boy and one girl?
See,
Okay.
one boy and one girl.
Part of him is in the little boy. Like, does the
Yes,
little boy feel like an older person?
yes, and the little boys looks like from my family, and the big one looks like from the father of their father.
Their dad. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, that makes sense. The little boy has part of the soul of your brother. And so he's always going to be an older soul, like he's been here, like you have known him from before. And your
yes, yes,
niece, she needs a little bit more encouragement to do her own things and to do her work. But he's already kind of advanced and has a deep connection with your family line, like you and your sister's family line.
yes, yes, yes.
Good. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes, well, I take care of the children, and they are super, super, super good person. Um, they understand me, a part of me, because for for one part of the family, we are the the black sheep. So little by little, they have started to understand everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So your sister, it's interesting because she's not talking to me. She's letting me feel the way that you feel when you're together, and so I'm kind of getting information that way. It's very gentle, but she earlier she let me know that the reason, like, we know that when things happen, it's a greater plan. Like, we can't control everything that happens. It's a greater plan. But she's saying that when she before you got here, you two decided that you wanted to take this journey together this way. So she was going to be here, she was going to have her children, and then when she left, you were going to take over, help with her children, and then she was going to come back in but in a different way. So almost like when you're asleep, you're with your sister, and when you're awake, you're with her kids. So she's letting me know that your relationship with her didn't even change at all. Like, the feeling, the reason that you're in each other's lives, the feeling that you get together, the reason that she just shows up as a companion to keep walking with you is something that you two decided together. So when you're in meditation and she's there, it feels so normal because nothing changed. What she's trying to express is nothing's changed. I just left the physical and I came into the consciousness more,
You
right?
you know what happened that you are talking right now. When she passed away, like a couple of months, almost a year, I started to do a deep meditation, a deep meditation. It was 4:30 a.m. in the morning, and then go to a sleep, a little nap before I wake up to work. And in the meditation, I say, Ochi, tell me how you are, how you feeling, what is happening to you. I want to know about you. And when I wake up, the phone start to ring, and was the mother of my son that lives in Capital, and say to me, Damian, you don't know what happened. I dream with your sister, and your sister say you she is fine. Yeah, I love you, gordito. I'm fine. Take care of the children. In a dream, connected to the mother of my son, and she wakes up and start to call me, and from was, I don't know, 2 hours. difference between the meditation and the call.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
it's another part that really marked my way to do what I do.
Yeah.
This part of the we know the consciousness is still alive and still
Yes.
around us.
Yes. That's what she's saying, is that nothing's changed. In the physical, yes, okay, things have changed, but nothing, your connection, your journey together, like you two have a very, the work that you're doing and the work, like even when she was here, your path was just really similar. Like you were supposed to do a lot of things together, and so she brought the children into the world. She left. You take over caring for the children, but she didn't leave. She's just there. She's still there, just in a different way. So the love and the friendship and the family connection, like nothing's changed.
It stayed the same.
Yeah, her consciousness, like consciousness is, nothing's changed. That's really, you've experienced a lot of loss. I'm sorry.
Yes, but
Yeah,
we learn about this, and as you say, it's a soul contract.
yeah,
Long time we born, and now I say this stuff. It brings me more energy, more connection, more connection.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
Yeah.
I sometimes I'll talk with her, but sometimes I don't. And after this, I will start to talk like he's here
she
all the
came
time.
through, like she came through strong with me and Shannon. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
And
so
it's interesting
success.
because Shannon and I both had things to share, but in very different ways. Like
Yes,
Shannon gave you the proof that you needed, and then I saw what you see in meditation. Like your sister is like, we're fine, nothing's changed. Like I'm right here. Like don't. Yeah,
the,
we're gonna
the,
keep
the,
walking together.
this numbers sometimes forgot they are saying this, no? These numbers forgot this that I'm here. I'm here. My
Yeah,
energy is here.
yeah.
Thank you.
She
Thank you.
hasn't
Thank you.
gone
Thank
anywhere.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no,
Yes.
we enjoy when Shannon and I work together. We get more information. It's always different, but it's like we work better,
Yes,
almost better together.
yes, it's blend together.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
thank you. You do a great work, a great service too.
Oh, sure. Well, so are you. We're all here in service. That's what it is to be
Yes,
a healer. You're a
Yes.
healer and we're healers. So yeah.
yes.
Okay. We've had you on for 2.5 hours. We are going to let you go. This has
Don't
been
worry, don't
beautiful.
worry.
What a great.
For me was an honor to meet you, to meet you both, and to talk this way. If we can't be doing this for a long time,
Yeah.
but I think we are good now.
Yeah.
And thank
Well,
you again.
yeah.
Thank you.
And
It,
the baby say thank you.
hi, baby. Hi,
Hi,
baby.
baby.
You're a good guardian. If you come up, like, if you have a dream or something in meditation, or you remember something, or you have a question, just message me on Instagram, and
You,
I'll create a group chat with Shannon, and then Shannon can
yeah,
answer
Yeah.
questions too. Okay?
yeah, yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay, thank
Bye,
you.
Damien.
thank you,
Thank
Thank
you.
you
thank you,
for
for,
coming in Argentina. That's amazing. Thank you. And
thank you.
all of our wonderful people in our chat and everyone that's going to watch this in the future. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us and supporting these lives, because this is the thing that we look forward to all week. So thank you, Damien.
Thank
Yeah.
you all.
And this will be up
Thank
on
you.
YouTube right away. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. See you
Bye.
next week.
Good
We
night,
love you.
everybody.